your girl, I need the D here. Welcome to a special episode of Laugh Talking Vibe. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay. Um, Today I want to talk about a very important topic. That's very personal. It's a problem still today. It's not just kids going through this; it's also adults. Um, and like I said, it's still a big problem today. Um, I want to talk to you guys about cyberbullying. Yes, I know most of us are aware of this, but when it's still a problem, that's when we have to sit and talking about it, and see if we can figure out why and maybe be part of the solution. Um, I have never been a fan of somebody who makes a living talking about other people, especially people's personal lives. That to me, that's a problem, and that's just my opinion. Is a problem to me. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cool, because not everything should be aired. Not everything should be talked about, especially against that person as well. Um, and the reason why I say that is a marriage couple, for example. A marriage should be between the husband and wife and God. Of course, you got to put God first. Have Him be the guidance in your relationship. That does not mean invite everybody else in it. That's where problems come in at, when you start inviting people. And then you got the ones that force their way into your business and decide to talk about what's going on between y'all two, y'all personal issues, y'all kids, the type of people you are. They assume that you are, because let's face it, the people that talk about you don't know you from Adam. They don't know you personally. They just go by what other people post, or what other platforms is talking about you, and they hop on the train too. Now, I want to point out something. Okay, first of all, this is a problem because it becomes a bigger problem. You might not think it's a big problem right now. You might think, oh, this is just a small thing. This is what I do. It might not be a problem to you, but it's definitely a problem to the people that you are talking about, or person that you are talking about. So like I said, that should be a marriage should be between the married couple. If you're not part of the marriage, there's no reason why you should be talking about it. Period. And like I said, that's just my opinion. And I want to point out something. When you are constantly posting about something on your social media, that is a form of cyberbullying. Okay, if you're constantly posting negativity to harm them, to throw salt on their name, whatever it is, you are a bully. You cannot do that. It's a right way and wrong way to do everything. Either you're gonna be part of the problem, or you're gonna become, like I said, you're gonna be part of the solution. Now, I was bullied in school, for those that know, and sometimes the person that's being bullied also becomes the bully sometimes. You know what I mean? I am responsible for this too. I did bully somebody, because it was like, it was an escape from my world and what I was going through. But I had to stop myself, and I'm like, what am I doing? I really don't want this girl to go through what I went through, because it's a horrible feeling. You go through depression, you know what I'm saying? You have all these thoughts in your head, and some of them are not always positive. So, bullying somebody to that point where they feel low and less than a human, that's not okay. It's not okay. So like I said, posting about somebody, talking about somebody, especially when you get personal, you are a bully. Like I said, that is a form of bullying. You might not see it that way, but it is. The truth will always remain, and that's the truth. A lot of people like to say truth versus lies, but when you are not, when you only, posting one side, of course people are going to see it as the truth, because you're only posting one side. A lot of people love posting what you say, but never what they say. You know what I mean? And then you expect people to say, oh, to believe you, but you sending the actual truth to somebody, and when they expose the truth, when they expose your side, that's when you backtrack and start playing the victim. No. So, like I said, posting about somebody constantly is a form of bullying, and it can lead, like I said, a small problem can lead to a very big one real quickly, and it causes a chain reaction. We all know how that goes, just like boom, boom, boom. And I'm pretty sure that person feels like sometimes, well, dang. Now, of course, you got some people that say, oh, just ignore it, let it go, don't respond. But you have to draw the line somewhere. People don't want to constantly scroll and see that this person is talking about them, this person is talking about, because that she talked about them and she made a post, now he's making a post, now she's making a post. Like, don't nobody want to constantly go through that every day. That's a problem. And yes, you probably gonna say, oh, disactivate your accounts and stuff. I shouldn't have to do that. Grown ass people should know how to act like grown ass people. Point blank and period. Like, are we kids or are we adults? And of course it creates some back and forth. And I know y'all seen a lot of that on my YouTube, because like me, I don't like when somebody is talking about me, especially somebody that don't know me personally. Just because you hang out with somebody or been in their house or they allow you in their space does not mean you know them. It doesn't mean you know them at all. It doesn't mean you know them personally. I think differently than other people. I do things differently than other people. And I don't always let you see everything. I don't always tell you everything either, which means you don't know me. Okay, so stop pretending that like that's you know a person because you spend a day with them or you spend a week with them or you guys known each other for 5 years. You can know somebody for 10 years and not know that person personally inside and out. So a lot of people just go by assumption in what they see, and that becomes a problem. And me, I have to do this too. I have to stop posting and stuff. And a lot of people will say, oh, if they're constantly posting about you and you're not responding, they're going to look like the aggressor. True, but it doesn't stop people from looking at you different because of what this person said. It doesn't mean that it's less harmful because you're not responding or you're not doing nothing or you're not reacting or anything like that. It's still a problem, even if you're not doing anything. And I also want to point out too, there's a lot of people that, especially when you have kids, there's a lot of people that tell you that, oh, your kids shouldn't see this, you shouldn't be doing this in front of your kids. But kids shouldn't also see you posting about their parents constantly on social media. That's not okay for them to see either. So if you are going to talk about it, be about it. You have to lead by example, especially if you're the type of person that's telling somebody not to do something. And if you are not a parent, you shouldn't be coming out of your mouth in the first place. And stop saying, oh, I babysitted this person, I took care of my needs, I took care of... That doesn't matter. Taking care, babysitting somebody and pushing them out and taking care of them on a daily basis is two different things. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. Two different things. And it doesn't make you a parent expert. Just because you are telling me what to do with my kids, it doesn't make you an expert, especially if you're not a parent. I honestly believe that you shouldn't be saying nothing at all if you're not a parent, period. So, and like I said, that's just my opinion. So, now, because like me, when I need help or I need advice, I look to other parents, people that's actually going through what I'm going through, that been there, done that have more kids than I do. I'm not going to go to somebody that's by themselves. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm just not. And it doesn't make sense to me at all. And it doesn't make sense when they pretend to be experts and stuff like that. Now, what I mean by becoming a part of the solution. Now, some people are posting about people because they are a victim, whether they are a victim for real or playing victim. They think that's a way of helping other victims that's going through similar situations. They think that's helping them. When you are constantly bashing somebody, that's not helping nobody. It's a difference between telling your story and what you've been through. That's helping somebody. That's helping with somebody because it's always, like I said, it's always somebody that went through something similar, like you did, and they're gonna be like, dang, she went through this too. I had somebody to talk to about my situation because she's been through it. You know what I mean? That's how you tell your story. That's how, because you could tell your story without bashing nobody, without being harmful, or you know what I'm saying. And that's how a lot of people sue for defamation, because you're constantly, like I said, you're airing personal information and you're constantly doing it. All you're doing is creating a paper trail. That's all you're doing. So for the ones that posting that and don't know that, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, they can use that. Um, so yeah, like I said, it's one thing to tell your story to help others, and there's another thing when you're constantly posting mug shots and personal text messages, um, and things like that. And like I said, you're dedicating your whole social media account to that one thing, to that one person, and this is what you do on a daily basis. And it can be different people. It can be you one week and another person the next week. Now, a lot of stuff I see on social media, you guys, I mean, it's getting way too out of hand, way too out of hand. You know what I mean? And for me, it takes a lot for me to let somebody in my space, to bring somebody in my house, because you have two choices. You can disrupt my peace, which I have to protect at all costs, or you can become a problem. And most people that I let in my space became a problem, to the point where I no longer had peace, and now I'm fighting it to get it back, because you ruined the peace I did have. And like I said, that becomes a problem. This is, and I hear a lot of people always tell me that you being too nice. Like, you can't always be nice to everybody. You can't tell everybody everything. You gotta shut up sometimes. Like, you can't do that. You gotta harden your heart a little bit. It's sad that people that love giving back, love helping people, because they know the struggle, they've been there themselves, and they allow themselves to help someone else, only to get stabbed in the back. Betrayal is just downright just not right to me. I mean, that's the core of depression right there that people go through. It's the betrayal, it's the trust, and then and like I said, once God removes somebody from your life, you can see how much you elevate afterwards, because you are fighting to get that peace back, and once you do, you're gonna protect it at all costs. And once they're gone, you want them to stay gone. That's when your heart becomes cold, because you're like, well, now that I remove all the demons out of my life, I don't want them to return. So I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna help nobody else. I'm not gonna do for somebody else. I'm gonna stay by myself, because I have to protect the peace that I have, that I worked so hard to get. I don't want to go through depression, because most people that go through depression, not everybody made it out. There's a lot of people still going through depression. It don't never leave. It's still with you, and it just becomes hard. Like, it's a lot of thoughts in your head. Not all of them are positive, and you just don't want to go back to that dark place no more, because you feel low. And a lot of people don't understand that when you sit there and talk. And I mean, for example, I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and I don't claim to be perfect. But I have people, tell me all the time of who they think I am. If you don't know me personally, you don't know me. You can assume and go by what you see, because that's all you can do. You don't know somebody personally. So that's kind of what I wanted to point it out to you guys, because like I said, this is becoming a big problem, and cyberbullying is here. It's here. It's like, it's crazy. And like I said, some of the stuff I've seen, it's just, I mean, when does it end? Like, are we kids or adults? Like, don't nobody want to go back and forth with somebody that they don't know. Like, and then it's like calling somebody a scam artist. It's like, if people believe you, that could harm somebody's image. You know what I mean? Because now this person's saying, oh, scam artist. Oh, you a scam artist. Oh, you a scam artist. Wait. You know what I mean? And you being the person being talked about, you're like, well, damn. First of all, I'm not a scam artist, but I got all these people I don't even fucking know calling me a scam artist. Like, that's crazy. when they don't even know. A lot of people don't even do anything when it comes to situations like that. You know what I mean? And it breaks them down mentally because you like, well, shit, and then you're stuck because people tell you not to respond. And now I'm gonna point this out too. It is still harmful. Just because that person don't respond or don't react does not mean it's hurting them. Does not mean it's not harming them. It doesn't mean none of that. It is still harmful when I don't respond. It's still harmful. You know what I mean? It's disrespectful, and I don't appreciate it. Point blank and period. You know what I mean? And I had to stop doing this too. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm gonna just say like this: if it didn't come from me, it ain't true. If it don't come straight from the horse's mouth, as people say, then it's not true. I can speak for myself. I have a voice that God blessed me with, and I'm not afraid to use it. And like I told y'all in the beginning, I'm an open book. So if you have questions, just ask. But don't go behind my back and assume and make up rumors and stuff like that. Okay? That's what you're not gonna do. Okay? So like I said, you become the bully when you do that. It's one thing to tell your story. If you want to tell your story, do that. Leave me out of it. I'm not part of your story. I'm not part of your hurt. Like me, I don't blame nobody for my hurt. I don't blame nobody for my depression. It's my fault. And now the reason why I see it as my fault, because I'm the one that allowed that person in. I'm the one that decided to let my walls down. I'm the one that did that. So, of course, I blame myself. But I know what to not do again. So, I do know that. And let me know what you guys think on this very topic, because like I said, I think it's very important. And like I said, it's becoming a huge problem, you know what I mean? And that's just my opinion on it. I think if you have a question about somebody or curious about something, you ask that person, because not everybody has that person's best interest at heart. Not everybody knows that person personally. So it's up to you if you want to get to know that person for yourself, or if you just follow in this train of bullcrap. So, and that's just my thing on it. So, like I said, when you posting mugshots and playing victim and you're sitting there posting information, and I do want to point that out too. Just because you did something for somebody doesn't make you better than them, okay? Because a lot of people, like to point that out. Oh, I did this for you, and you was in my house, and I did this and helped you and your kids, and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, first of all, I'd help out people too, but I never threw it in their face. I help out people too, and I don't get paid for it. I don't get paid to help out people, because you are supposed to help somebody at the kindness of your heart without having your hand out. It's a difference. It's a difference. I don't have my hand out. If I choose to help you, it's because I want to help you, not because I'm looking out, looking for something in return, or I want something from you. No, when I generally help somebody out, that's exactly what it is. I'm helping somebody out. I'm not going to throw it in their face. They're not going to hear about it later. It's not going to be in somebody else's mouth, and it's not going to be on social media. Plain and simple. And when you are removed from somebody's life, especially when God is the one that's removing you from their life, because you're disrupting everything, all that stuff that you did for them go out the window. It goes out the window, because obviously you was doing it for the wrong reason. So, like I said, we have to be part of the solution. It's a right way and wrong way to do everything. And like I said, when you constantly posting somebody, and it's always negative, and then you posting their personal stuff that they trust you with, because trust is everything. When you trust a person and they stab you in the back like that, there's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that at all. You are a bully that's disrespectful, and that's basically you become a person that's lying about who they are. Because let's face it, when you become friends with somebody, people love to say, oh, I'm loyal, I don't do this, I don't do that, I ain't that type of person. Obviously, you are if you're posting it, and people post out of feelings. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm this. That person is too. That person is too. You don't think that person hurt? Feel betrayed? Go through depression? I mean, come on. You're not the only one that goes through what you go through. What you can choose, what you can do. Why not, once that person is removed from your life, move on? Why backtrack? Why try to make a point that's not even necessary? Move on. You ain't got to see or talk to me ever again. Move on. I'm done with you, you done with me. All right, cool, bye, see you later. Why it can't be that simple? People always got to be right. They always got to have the last word. Okay? How well is that working out for you? That makes you feel better, don't it? Did that make your day? Did that change anything? And yes, there is no justice out here. There is people that need help that's going through what you're going through. But bashing someone is not helping them, and it's damn sure not helping you. So you might want to think about that. Do your research on that. Until the episode, guys, I'll see you guys later. And like I said, let me know what you guys think about this comment in the comments. Love you.